Hey everybody, this is another update on the Turbo 4AGE MR2. So I got the intake on pretty good. I got the fuel injectors spec'd. They're these ones from I think a truck or something, but they're meant for like you can use them for a Turbo 4AGE. I think they're like 600 cc's or something like that. I can't remember. I bought them a while ago. I think the packaging's in here. I don't know. What the hell? Here we go. Let's see. 550 cc. They're Denso, but they're just off of like a stock car. So they're pretty cheap. There's a guy in eBay who refurbishes old injectors. And so yeah, here's all this stuff. I got this coolant pipe in, and the idea is that this is a higher pressure pipe, and it's gonna go. This goes into like this area where the coolant gets like recirculated, goes back into the head and stuff. And my plan for this is off of this little bung right here, I'm going to feed the turbo coolant lines. And I think what I'm going to try to do is maybe weld on another bung, or cut this one off, weld it, and then maybe weld a bung right here, and then have it come up and around, and then under here or over here to the coolant ports. So I have the turbo kind of mocked up right now how I want it. So I was thinking maybe I would have enough space to flip it and have the downpipe on this side, but then it would like stick out probably another like this far, and I don't know if this would fit yet on that side. So my idea right now is I'm going to have this pipe come up and around, or come up so the distributor goes right here with the distributor with the cap. So it only sticks out about like right here, I think. So my idea was come up here, there'd be like a heat shield right here. Come up here, go around, big old pipe right here, and then it would terminate somewhere around here. Okay. And then I have this big, heavy intercooler. And the idea was, see if I can kind of mock this up. So the idea was that this was going to kind of be like right there. And then that pipe that's coming off there would go straight in here. And this would just sit right here. And like these would be pretty close. You know, maybe not that close, obviously, but it would be somewhere around here, right on top of the transmission. I'd have to relocate the battery or make it smaller or something for that to work. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to figure out all these like things that are on the old throttle body. We got all these vacuum lines, and we got all this coolant stuff to keep the throttle body warm so it doesn't freeze. But on the new one, it's bigger, but I don't know if it's better. It's got, so I took the old TPS off and put it right here. So that's normally where that goes, right there. But this one doesn't have any like vacuum stuff on it. So I don't really know how that works, to be honest. So I guess maybe the ECU will just figure it out. The new ECU that I get will be smart or something and won't need a bunch of vacuum. I'm not really sure on how all this works. I'm guessing that the vacuum, it's kind of like a feedback loop or something, and depending on how you modify the vacuum here, it's kind of like a carb where you can like twist the valves, the trim valves and stuff, and make sure that it's idling right. And then the computer takes over the fueling. So this is just for air, probably. Yeah, because the new throttle body has no air idle control valve, which is right here. So, and I don't even know what this thing is. And then the other thing I was thinking of is, so I took off on the old, so on the old intake, I took off some of the little pieces that were on that. Like, for example, we have we have all these ports, right? So this is your cold start injector, and this is some kind of valve. Not really sure what it does. And then you got your brake boost bung. And I took those, and those go on the bottom of this MRP intake manifold. So I just threaded the brake boost in there. And then here's another valve thing that has like this thing on it. And I'm pretty sure this was for TVIS. Not sure anymore, but then we got 2 more ports. I don't really know what those are used for. Probably something I'm just missing. And the only thing is with this new intake manifold, I wasn't able to get TVIS to fit right there. And I don't think I'd want to anyways, because it goes from 4 holes, like 4 big oval holes, to small little holes like here. So on this, there's these small little 4 holes, and those match up to these holes right here, these runners or whatever they're called. But on this one, basically, on the big port, they're like oval shaped, and these match up to that. So I wasn't able to get this to fit because this valve right here, this little TVIS vacuum valve, it gets in the way of like this area right here. So no TVIS. Even if I tried, I'd have to maybe move this valve out of the way, kind of remanufacture that a little bit. But yeah, that's really it. I probably get the oil pump on today, and maybe think about this turbo positioning. I still gotta, the oil cooler lines are back here. This is for the oil filter relocation. So these will probably shoot up this way, and then the oil filter will probably be relocated somewhere over here. Maybe I'll build a mount or something, or maybe I'll have them come over here and mount more over in this area where there's not too much going on. Actually, no, that's wrong. The alternator sits right here. So yeah, probably over here is the best point. Have it come over here, and then here's your intake. So the other thing I was thinking, like, because this turbo's on this side, in the vent for the car, I'm pretty sure is on, let's see, which side is on? Yeah, there's a fan on this side, and I was thinking maybe that would pull in the fresh air from that vent. I could probably build some kind of duct that kind of pulls air from the intake. Yeah, I mean, might as well go check real quick on the MR2. Okay, so let's see. Is there a vent? Yep, yeah, that's right. I was right. There's a vent. So this has a fan in it too. So this is to cool down the engine from just air, but also there's fresh air always coming in, which is nice. So maybe I'll put a air filter right up against that fan. And I think that will do pretty good. So yeah, it's coming along. I still got to understand how to get like oil feed lines from this little oil sensor, oil pressure sensor here to here. These are, so that's not, luckily that's not really too far to feed the oil. So it's got to go in there, and then it's got to drain out here. I'm pretty sure this is the drain. I'm not too sure. I can't really remember which side is which. Maybe that's the drain. Maybe this is the feed. But then it's got to go right into the pan right next to the other bung, which is nice and convenient. You know, I probably just build a T off the oil pan bung and call it a day. You know, that oil cooler, the oil cooler that goes like right around here, there's a bung, and it leads right down into the oil pan, which is nice. So, yeah, really just making some slow progress here. Still got to buy the ECU, still got to buy a clutch, a stage 2 clutch, for, you know, the extra power. And I still got to buy all the intake piping, and then I got to build some kind of exhaust system. Obviously, I do have this pipe right here, the down pipe. I got to buy a V-band for it. So it's going to come down and around, and it's going to just kind of mimic what the stock exhaust does already. I might even just run a down pipe for the time being that goes right onto the ground, and so I don't have to deal with that right now. I do have a nice Fujitsubu, or whatever it's called, the Japanese exhaust, full stainless exhaust, and that sounds pretty good. So I'd like to get the exhaust running with that, but yeah, still got to figure out all this stuff too. I don't even know what half this stuff does, but it's a learning progress for sure. Yeah, so keep watching, stay tuned, and this thing's going to be a beast. I'm excited for it. All right, bye everybody.